4 minutes in, Matisse. Where was your head at once you see Sanchez rush out that box,
The moon.
take down Mbemo and get his marching orders? So tell us how you felt about that, and then tell us how you felt about the subs that followed that.
I was enraged, man. I was enraged because you know how much I want to win this game. I've been yapping about it for years. Every single preview, every single time we go up there.
You went there to do a preview.
Yeah, because I'm confident because I just know what they are. But every time we play them, they turn into something completely different, and we also turn into something completely different. I don't know what's going on anymore. But I feel sorry for the travelling fans because you're going away from home. It's pissing rain, and for you to go up there and 5 minutes, your destiny's basically decided. 10 minutes is done. The substitutions after the red card. The red card is ridiculous. The defending is poor to not win the header. Our best header of the ball is obviously Toast, and he was on the bench. We've not been defending well all of last week anyway. The goalkeeper comes out. He has those clangers in him. That's why we have worries about him. He can have great saves. He can have brilliant games. He's been in good form. But that bozo gene is certified. It's clarified. It's verified. It's there. Every season, every time you can depend on it to rise.
Andre Onana has it too.
You know, yeah.
It's one of them
you know what I
ones.
mean?
Share a lot of similarities.
It's
Yeah,
confirmed.
we do.
It's confirmed. But I've seen Liverpool with 10 men at Newcastle. I've seen teams with 10 men before. You can certainly put up a better effort than that, and you can certainly make substitutions better than that. Taking off Neto, Esteval was fine with to a degree. 18 years old, unlucky. You know what I mean?
Someone's got to be the full guy.
Someone's got to be the full guy. The goalkeeper's got to come on.
I remember it was Pires in the Champions League final when Lehmann got sent off.
Cole Palmer come off 23 minutes. I was angry about that, but apparently, you know, there's a knock there last week. He's keeping him. Okay, cool. Neto, you're taking off the guy that stretches defenses. You're taking off the guy that tracks back, works hard. The guy that actually sometimes makes it feel like you're playing with 12 men in terms of how much ground he covers, how hard he works. And you're not taking off instead like an Enzo Fernandez, who, you know, 11v11 is already, you know, not great in a back and forth in a rock and roll type game. He can get kind of isolated or stretched in the midfield.
And he was losing his head a bit.
And he was losing his head, as he always does when he comes up against Mount. It's just dependent. You know what I mean? It was another scrap at the end of the game. Yeah, it's what it is.
Like last year's one, they
doing
both
too
gave
much.
it a bit, but this one, it just felt like Enzo was just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Exactly. So it was just puzzling. The manager panicked. Literally panicked. I've never seen someone make that many subs that quickly.
But how can you panic?
be a record.
3 subs in
how can
23
you
minutes.
panic within 5 minutes of the game? Okay, I understand that Sanchez got sent off.
Players panicked. Managers panicked.
But the panic, like the whole game is in front of you. And with respect, you're at Manchester United. Like, sorry,
Even
but
with
like,
10 men.
you can get. You know, we've actually seen United's best way to play in this system, which is for the opposition to go down to 10 men. You know,
I've seen Chelsea go to much better team, much different team. I've seen Chelsea go to the new camp, 10 men, and still go through to the final of the Champions League. Like, you don't need to throw the game like that. There's no need for it.
Not with the whole rest of the game in front of you.
And I feel sorry for some players because João Pedro, I thought he was really good. I thought João Pedro was really good in this game. The way he was basically isolated up front, he had no options around him, no one to connect with, no one to combine with. He's getting it, he's linking it, he's dribbling, he's carrying, he's winning fouls. There was a couple of players that still stood up, but most of it was just awful. And to watch that game be decided so early, and then just to watch us peter out, and even when we scored the goal, I mean, the defending, I don't even need to get into the defending for both goals. It's again just disgraceful. It's been disgraceful all week. But even when we scored, I just knew we weren't coming back. I knew it.
You have a chance every single time.
The fact that we didn't, we never had a chance.
10v10, you have a chance.
10v10, it didn't look like it was 10v10.
And actually, you should have put more crosses into the box. We don't deal well with crosses. You should have put more crosses.
Well,
the one you did, I think you put like only 2 or 3 crosses into the box, and Chalobah got on the end of one.
The fact that Bayern can be in goal, and he's not tested, apart from the goal, which he
Especially with
didn't
that
save.
surface as well, slippery surface.
I mean, it was just diabolical, man. Shocking performance, shocking mentality, shocking substitution, shocking management, shocking everything. Just terrible.
Listen, a lot of Chelsea fans have been getting at me, right, at the start of the season. I said Chelsea, I think they'll get top 4. I think they've got a great side. But everyone's saying great business done and all that. I was like, it's the same keeper. And we know this keeper is inconsistent. Last week, he was brilliant last week.
Yeah.
Right? But this is what he does. Then the next week, what is he doing? Right? You don't have to do that. Let the man score.
If he scores, it's 11v11.
I saw even in our game yesterday when Haaland's steaming through, one of them players could probably have tried to tug him, but you're going to get sent off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just stay in the game. It's too early to.
I agree.
I was like, what is he doing? And then even last week when I was watching Chelsea, I also the era where I think Chelsea, they've got a great forward line, they've got a great midfield, but again, that defence, I look on it, I'm like, that's not a league-winning defence, right? I was surprised that they didn't bring in some better defenders. You said, like, you made the point last week that, they've actually got a lot of centre-backs in the club.
And they've not sold enough.
But actually their business hasn't been particularly...
Yeah. But last week,
good,
you saw a lot of frailties in them. The long throws from Brentford, man, was they weren't dealing with those very well at all. So... And then United, whatever we say about United, when we roll into town, you roll into town, you, City, even, well, no, you will
No,
beat
not
them,
Liverpool.
right?
Liverpool usually
Right.
beat
Nah,
them.
it's only
we
last
deal with
season.
them.
There.
No, but even
Always
they've had games,
you.
right? When you guys have come and they managed to like grind
That's
down.
normally at Anfield, though.
They
to be fair.
They step up for them games. So, but Chelsea, they shot themselves in the foot with Sanchez really cost them the game.
I don't
As
even
his
know-
and like you said, the manager
Manager was moving.
was on some madness, man. He was just like,
I couldn't believe
that
it.
was a straight up
He was
panic.
just sub. I'm like, yo, am I getting subbed?
But the thing is for me with Maresca, I understand like the shade he's been catching for those decisions. I hear it. The in-game management there was poor, but on the whole, when I look at Chelsea, you talk about the money spent, right? Half of that money spent, maybe even more than half that money spent, isn't actually money to contribute to the first team. It's money to then flip the players. So when you look at the money spent, it's not really all that relevant to the first team itself because a lot of them don't play a prominent role in the first team anyway. So, and then when I look at the actual Chelsea squad, I think, what do you expect from, what do you want Maresca to do?
What's your ambition?
Yeah, what's your ambition? Because I feel like what he's got out of this Chelsea squad so far is what I would expect this Chelsea squad to go on and do. Maybe they've even done better than expected.
I think
after the Club World Cup, I was hearing, Chelsea should be competing for the title. In what world? You don't compete for the title with that defence.
Dependent on the signings that you go and get. And that's the thing. Chelsea, they decided to handicap themselves multiple times in this transfer window. As it went on, it got weaker and weaker. The window got weaker and weaker. For whatever reasons, we've gone through UEFA restrictions, we've gone through sell to buy, whatever, one in, one out. But forget all of that for a second. From a playing squad perspective, Chelsea did not strengthen to the degree they could have. When you've got that Club World Cup badge, when you've got that money coming in, there's still no sponsor. When you've got all of this, prestige that you've earned over the last few months, you did not capitalize and maximize on it. And that's the situation that we found ourselves in. In isolation, that was a shocking managerial performance. But on the whole, I'm not screaming the manager out. Absolutely not, because I'm looking at the directors once again and thinking, is this what you've brought to the table? It's not good enough.
It's a recruitment thing then.
It is a recruitment thing because Chelsea have got rules in place with wages and age, and I have no massive issue with that because I think within those restrictions, as you've shown to a degree with, I don't know what your wages are for some of your players, all your signings were under the age of 25. So there is still like logic to it if you actually buy the right players, but Chelsea keep taking too many gambles.
Would have been a great signing.
That was never going to
Chelsea.
happen. Mike Maignan was the one from AC Milan. They dropped the ball
Maignan,
on. And at least then
he wasn't even that expensive.
Exactly. But they still want to play games. And if you do trust Sanchez, that's fine. I don't think it is, but hey ho, we can live with it if he's in form. But bring in someone that can compete. Jorgensen comes on.
A number 2 keeper.
Jorgensen comes on, and
opinion.
the way that he failed to come and claim that cross was disgusting. That ball is in the air for 5 minutes. I could have went to the shop and come back and that ball's still in the air after Reece James has hoofed it. And as a goalkeeper with 2 hands, 10, 2 thumbs, 8 fingers, you don't come and collect that. Even punch it. Donnarumma against Arsenal. Terrible for the Martinelli goal, but he's punching everything. He's out for everything. This guy's like, nah, I don't fancy it. Let me just take a few steps back. Someone else will head that.
Luke Shaw had ages to come and attack.
What are we doing?
He had ages.
And these are the fine margins because we could have left that game with a result.